How you all doing, everyone? I just wanted to give my personal opinion about the question that I posed about a week or so ago, asking people who celebrated Christmas and why. And a little more than half of the total votes of you all said that you do celebrate Christmas. For a while, it was actually more people who said that they didn't celebrate Christmas. Now, me personally, I do celebrate Christmas, and I've heard the perspective of it has, pagan origins, just like what we would call Easter. A lot of people call it Resurrection Sunday now. But I think it's important to understand that for us that are Christians, that you can have personal convictions, and that's okay. But unless the Bible specifically talks against something, then I mean, honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. So I'll just use myself, for example. For me, I love decorating. I think it's just a really nice time of the year. But, Christmas should not be the only time where people are in a giving mood or are, trying to be nice to one another. So, when I'm buying presents, that's something that I believe makes people feel good, giving to people, which is a biblical concept, which is, what we are to do. Um, Celebrating and commemorating the birth of Christ. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no commandment that says, you should not be celebrating the birth of Christ or commemorating it. And as a matter of fact, that's exactly what the three wise men did. They each came with a gift. They worshiped Jesus, and you know, I feel like there's nothing wrong with uh, just having a day to observe that. Now, on the flip side, you may have a Christian that say, you know what, I don't celebrate Christmas, and guess what? That's perfectly okay too, because it's not about quote unquote having this one day where we observe Christ's birth. If you're a Christian, the fact of the matter is, do you believe in it? Do you believe Christ was born of a virgin? And if you believe in it, then honestly, that's all that matters. Whether or not you want to, celebrate December 25th or not, that's perfectly okay. If you believe in the virgin birth of Christ, then honestly, what else is there? And Paul even he tells us not to judge each other concerning holy days. So he was saying that some people like to worship on some days, some hold other days in higher regard than others. But, Paul said, honestly, it doesn't matter, and I feel like that is applicable with Christmas. If you celebrate it, great. If not, great. Do you believe in it? Yes. Okay. Well, that's all that matters. So, a lot of times people will say, well, when it comes to Christmas, it's very materialistic, a lot of commercialism. And honestly, it has nothing to do with Christmas, to be quite honest, in my opinion. That whatever materialistic commercialism type thing coming out of a person, that was already in it outside of the holiday of Christmas. It's just that during this time, it surfaces more. But that type of thing was already in that person's heart anyway. So, if you're a person that likes to give and likes to help people, likes to put a smile on people's faces, then, that's going to come out, more so during this holiday season. But, that's something that should be year round anyway. But if you're a person that just likes to get, just receive and receive, and only cares about just materialistic things, that was already in the person anyway. So when it comes to Christmas, I will proudly say I celebrate it, always have, and unless I feel convicted, I always will. So I think it's important not to put our personal convictions on other people. Paul even talks about this in First Corinthians. I can't remember the chapter, but he talks about people who were eating food sacrificed to idols, and how some people didn't want to do that. And Paul was saying that, you know, if a person doesn't, if a person has a conviction of something, don't be a stumbling block to them. If they feel like doing something may hinder their spiritual growth, then encourage that person to say if that's what it is. But concerning this eating food sacrificed to idols, Paul was saying that actually it's not what goes into the mouth that defiles a person, because it goes into the belly, but what comes out of the mouth. For what comes out of the mouth comes from their heart. And I think Christ said that too, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, in any case, Paul was saying that it's you know you can have your own personal convictions, and just because the other person doesn't feel the same way, it's okay. Unless there's a specific command, which when we look at the law have very specific commands, specific ordinances, specific feast days, just specific things, days to observe and to do them in a specific way. We don't see any of that here under the new covenant. It's not a laundry list of things the way it was under the law. Now that we're in the dispensation of grace, there's way more elbow room to kind of just express yourself. As long as you're not doing anything unbiblical, there's way more room to just kind of be to let your natural personality show. So, I just want to just, come with this. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Those who celebrates the holiday of Christmas, like myself. For those who don't, it's okay. You're still my brother in Christ. You're still my sister in Christ. I don't judge you for it. The Bible doesn't speak against saying that you have to celebrate this. You have to observe this day. It doesn't say it. So there's nothing wrong if you don't celebrate it. Like I said, it's all about whether you believe in it or not. If you believe in it, then I'm cool with that. Now, if you don't believe it, but you call yourself a Christian, then, yes, I disagree with you, and I believe that is unbiblical. But in any case, you all be safe. Remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. Until next time, I love you all. God bless.